2 years ago, I started working the night shift at a motel. It was a low-paying job, but I needed the experience. My friend Michael, who worked there, trained me for a few days before the owner went on vacation, leaving me alone on my first night. Around 1 a.m., a man walked in asking for a room. He seemed normal at first, so I began the check-in process. But then he started swatting at the air and making strange noises, as if he were surrounded by invisible flies. I tried to ignore it and quickly gave him his key. A few minutes later, he returned, banging on the glass door and demanding to know why he couldn't get into his room. I offered to give him a new key, but his eyes were filled with an inexplicable rage. He took the key and went back to his room, but I was on edge. When he returned again, I panicked and locked myself in the back office, clutching a pocket knife for protection. I heard him yelling, asking why I wouldn't let him into his room. Trying to calm the situation, I told him I was on the phone and would be out soon. I called Michael repeatedly, but he didn't answer. Gathering my courage, I stepped out to find the man in the bathroom, muttering to himself about killing me. My heart raced as I offered to escort him to his room. He insisted on walking behind me, and I kept my knife hidden in my sleeve. When we reached his room, he tried to enter a different room, where a lone woman was staying. I quickly corrected him and led him to his actual room. The next guest I checked in was a police officer. I confided in him about the man, and he agreed to keep an eye out. The following night, the man returned, but I had the doors locked and told him we were fully booked. When my boss returned from vacation, he didn't take the incident seriously, and I continued to work there, but the fear never left me. As days turned into weeks, my paranoia grew. I started to notice every little detail around me, from the flickering lights in the hallway to the creaks and groans of the old building. Each noise seemed amplified, a constant reminder of the danger I felt looming over me. I often found myself staring at the security monitors, expecting to see the man lurking in the shadows. I became more cautious with each passing shift. I developed a routine of checking the locks multiple times and memorizing escape routes. My pocket knife became a constant companion, always within reach. The fear was suffocating, but I couldn't afford to quit the job. One particularly quiet night, I heard faint footsteps outside the office. My heart pounded as I watched the security monitor. There he was, the man from before, skulking around the parking lot. I immediately called the police, my hands trembling as I explained the situation. The officers arrived swiftly and apprehended the man. He had been found with a set of keys to multiple rooms in the motel, planning something sinister. The police thanked me for my vigilance, but the experience had taken a toll on me. I requested to change shifts, hoping that working during the day would ease my anxiety. My boss, seeing the genuine fear in my eyes, agreed. The daylight brought a semblance of peace, but the memories of those harrowing nights lingered. I sought therapy to help process the trauma. It took months of sessions to rebuild my confidence and feel safe again. The therapist helped me understand that while my fear was justified, it didn't have to define my life. I learned to channel my anxiety into proactive safety measures and slowly began to trust my surroundings again. Years later, the events of those nights still haunt me, but I've grown stronger from the experience. It taught me the importance of being vigilant, trusting my instincts, and seeking help when needed. Though I never returned to the motel, I carry the lessons learned with me, hoping that I'll never have to face such terror again.